Thank you, President. Thank you, Commissioner, for your very positive statement, and I should also thank Mrs Grabowska for her wonderful cooperation on this matter. This is one of those proposals that could make Europe a reality for those we serve. It could add practical value at difficult times in their lives. I don't know how many times as an elected MEP I've been contacted by constituents who have difficulties getting maintenance from somebody in another member state. Too often I have been unable to give a practical and a positive answer. With this regulation, I hope in most circumstances we would be able to do much better. This proposal potentially allows the EU to go much further than states would be able to go through the Hague Conference process, which you mentioned. And we should be able to do better. After all, we've encouraged our citizens to move freely across old national borders within the EU. And there should be an answer there from us, a good, simple, functioning justice system when they hit rough times, when their marriages or partnerships break down, and above all, we should be able to offer help to children when they suffer through the financial consequences of marriage breakdown. This proposal would give us a simplified, one-step process, instead of the current nightmare of applying in one court and then more or less having to go through the same process of enforcement in a foreign court. This is too much for people at vulnerable and desperate moments in their lives. Now, the Legal Affairs Committee has been happy to endorse most of this proposal whilst trying to make some technical improvements, in which respect I am very grateful to my colleague Mr Cassini. But what we cannot accept, like the main rapporteur, is the choice of legal base. It should have been co-decision, not consultation, and I believe the Member States have been entirely unreasonable, both on the basis of the content of the legislation and the implications for our citizens. I hope they will respond to your appeal, Commissioner. On behalf of my group, we do not want to see the effectiveness of this one-step system undermined. Yes, of course we have to respect the rights of the defence, the judgment debtor, but in the originating court, we should not allow the reopening of the case in the enforcing court, or we will destroy the very benefits we are seeking to deliver. So we want to see the deletion of Part A of Article 33 and would have grave doubts about Amendment 61, which still opens the door too widely. Finally, I want to make some comments as a UK member of this Parliament. The UK opt-out or failure to opt in to this instrument is bad news for many EU nationals from other member states now living in the UK, and also bad news for many Brits whose partners move to another member state. Indeed, there are all sorts of permutations where the opt-out will create chaos and confusion. People will be relegated to be second-class citizens in respect of the justice system available to them. But what I most regret is the failure of the British Government to appreciate the untenable position of British MEPs in these issues. Should we actually be working on, speaking on, and more importantly voting on proposals on things that, as they currently stand, will have no application to those who elected us? Others are beginning to question the legitimacy of our position. These opt-outs are democratically untenable and destructive of the coherence of the EU civil justice system. Pick and mix, opt-in, opt-out merely hits those who are vulnerable and in most need of the law's protection.